Look at the deer. Hi, deer. Seeing a lot of those lately. So I'm going for a little ride after it's been raining all day. Looks like most of the main roads have been dried up though, so that's good. I for one don't enjoy riding in the rain or in wet conditions. Now, I know, a bike's natural state is it wants to stay upright, but it's just not as enjoyable riding when the road conditions are not as favorable. Because the last thing I want to do is put this bike down. I don't care if I'm doing 5 miles an hour or 50. Either way, I don't want to put it down. Granted, 50 would be a lot worse, but figured the temperature was nice. It's kind of later in the evening, so the traffic should be improving, and the roads are mostly dry now, so time to get out on the bike and enjoy a little bit. Go a few miles, and also looking for a city limit sign where it shows the population. It's a rider challenge that I'm doing right now. So what are your thoughts on riding in wet conditions, or any kind of non-favorable conditions like that? I mean, I've been stuck in the rain quite a few times on different motorcycles. Had very little time in the rain on this bike so far. I got just a little bit of rain for about 20 minutes or so on one ride down in Tennessee, but I think that's about the only time that the bike's been out in the rain. I know a lot of the people that use the bikes as their primary transportation, or some of the big commuters. They ride in rain, all the time. Doesn't really matter what the weather conditions are. They're still out riding. So what are your thoughts? Do you like to ride in the rain? Do you care? Do you avoid it? Do you have any tips for riding in the rain? Yeah, I know a few, such as when you're going through a corner, you don't want to carry as much speed. You want to try to stay more upright. Don't ride at 80 to 90%. Just try to take it easy. Give yourself a lot more time to brake. Don't be too heavy on the front brake, so you don't want it sliding out from in front of you. I know your quick reactions, quick swerves to avoid road hazards, you got to be more careful with. And visibility, that's another thing. Unless you got Rain-X on your windshield, if you wear a helmet, it's a little bit of a pain as far as seeing. So I try to avoid it. Come to think of it, no, there have been a few other times that I've been in the rain on this bike, mainly when I go down to the dealer, which is this direction. Feels like the first couple times I went down there, including when I picked up the bike, it was raining. These roads haven't dried up quite as much yet, so, and there's tons of pothole fill-ins and crap all over this road. It's a pretty crappy road in general, so it's probably one of the reasons I don't usually come down this direction. Well, there's a welcome to city limit sign. Does not show any population though. Didn't realize there was a car behind me. This rider challenge has been a little bit harder lately. I'm up with a lot of locations that I can't seem to find. One of them was get your bike pictured next to a observatory. The nearest one to me is about an hour away. And while I don't mind the ride at all, I mean, I love to take this bike as far as I can. It's just been a while since I've had actually 2 hours to spend out on the bike. I think it's crazy to me that I'm wearing a Bell Aero helmet that is size medium, and it actually feels a little bit loose on me. Like it moves around a little bit more than I think it should. Yet on the Bell Vortex and quite a few other helmets I've tried on lately, I have to go with either a large or even an extra large in one of them for the proper fitment. So I'm not sure what that is about. But I'm looking at getting the Bell Vortex Rally helmet. It's that matte black with the white stripe down the middle. Very popular graphic on that. I just think it looks awesome. I think it would look great on this bike. It would look great on just about any bike, really. If anyone that watches the channel has a Vortex helmet from Bell, let me know what your thoughts are on it before I buy one. I tried it on. It seemed to fit really nice. I like that it's got the chin curtain on it. And no, I like Bell. I've owned a couple Bells and always been happy with them. So yeah, if you have a Bell Vortex helmet, please let me know in the comments what you think of it. At the same time, I also plan on getting a new Sena Bluetooth communicator, the new 20S model. Partly because I like its additional features, and partly because I would really rather keep this helmet and keep the Sensa already on this helmet, so I don't have to transfer it over. And if I do end up getting the helmet and the Sena, I will do a review on both. I know one of my most watched videos up to this point has been my FZ07 long-term review. If you haven't seen that yet, I'll put a link towards the end of the video. And I am at right around 2,000 miles. I think I'm a little over 2,000 miles on this bike right now. And I plan on... I am where I think I am. And I think it's at 4,000 that I do my next service. I've got to look it up to make sure. But I will do a follow-up review at that time. Talk about you know, what kind of bike cost I've accrued, maybe talk about what modifications I've done and the cost of those, as well as you know, anything coming up, you know, how the brakes are doing, how the tires are doing, how soon I think I might need to replace either of those. No, just normal wear and tear. I don't know how long these tires are supposed to last, and you know, I know it's very dependent on how you ride and where you ride. So yeah, at the time when I do my 4,000 mile service, I'll do an update video on that. Well, I am just going to cruise around for a little bit more, so thanks again for tuning in, And subscribe if you haven't already. I will continue to put videos up. I try to do at least one a week. I don't have a set schedule yet because it really is dependent on how often I get out to ride and if I have anything decent to put into a video. And see you around. Thank you.